The vast majority of people are not good with handling their money. Most end up spending more than they should as if it is raining money, and those who do save don't save enough to become wealthy. As Robert Kiyosaki mentions in his book, wealth should be measured in terms of time. Your wealth is equivalent to the number of days you can survive without working while maintaining the same standard of living. Let me give you an example of two people and you be the judge of who is wealthier. Let's say Aman earns 60,000 rupees every month. If his normal expenditure is 50,000 rupees per month and he has saved up 5 lakh rupees in his lifetime, what do you think is the amount of time he will be able to survive without working? It is 5 lakhs divided by 50,000. That is 10 months. On the other hand, let's say Shreya earns 60,000 rupees per month and her normal expenditure is 25,000 rupees per month. And she had also saved up 5 lakh rupees in her lifetime just like Aman. So what would be Shreya's wealth? 5 lakh divided by 25,000, which comes out to be 20 months. So if we talk about who is more wealthier, Shreya is more wealthier than Aman, even though both have the same amount of earning and the same amount of savings. So now that you have understood that saving more money is crucial to become wealthy, that is gain time freedom, the next thing you should pay attention to is that saving is actually a function of income and expenses. That is, income minus expenses is equivalent to savings. So to increase your savings, you can either reduce your expenses or increase your income while keeping the expenses constant. Now, I have already talked about the expenses variable in my video, What is Budgeting? You can check out the video through the link on the screen. In this video, we will be focusing on the other end of the spectrum, that is income. We will be talking about what is the right equation of income and how you can use it to create generational wealth. Hi everyone, my name is Harsh Srivastav. On this channel, I throw light on topics such as stock market, real estate, insurance, and much more. So if you are new here, do hit that subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So let's get started with the video. Most people have the following equation of income, that is, money received per hour for a value provided. Now, what is value? Value is the solution of a problem statement for which people are willing to pay a certain amount of money. Let's understand with the help of an example. A car driver may receive a salary of 15,000 per month. If say his duty is for 8 hours, and he works for 26 days in a month, the total number of hours he serves to the client is 208 hours. So if we want to calculate his per hour income, we'll just divide 15,000 by 208, which comes out to be rupees 72 per hour. On the other hand, a CEO may receive 6 lakh rupees per month for his services. Now, if he also works for 8 hours per day for 26 days a month, he also serves the company for 208 hours. In his case, the per hour income will be 6 lakhs divided by 208, which comes out to be 2,884 rupees per hour. Do you see the huge gap that exists between the per hour salary of a driver and the per hour salary of a CEO? What do you think is responsible for this huge difference? It is actually the replaceability factor. A car driver can be easily replaced in the very next moment, as the skill of driving is readily available with a lot of people in the market. However, it is extremely difficult to replace a CEO of a company, as the skills, the knowledge, and the time exposure of the CEO with the company is much more valuable than that of a car driver, and that's the reason why he's paid much more handsomely. If your personal equation of income is money received per hour of value provided, then in that case, the only way to increase your income is honing high income skills and being at a place where those skills can be used to provide value. But there is a huge drawback in this equation of money, and that is per hour. Unfortunately, you have limited number of hours in a day. So in the case of the car driver, even if he works for 16 hours a day, he will be able to make only 30,000 per month. But what if I say that there is an equation of income that eliminates the limited time factor? So sit tight, grab your chairs, and be ready for your minds to be blown. Because if you change your income equation to what we will discuss in a moment, you will have no cap on your income. Ready? Let's unveil it. Income is equivalent to money received for a value provided. Notice the difference in the second equation of income. We just removed per hour, and this makes all the difference in the world. In this equation of income, we find products and services of value and sell it to the consumers without us actually being present in the sales process in real time. Instead, we make use of apps, websites, and other salespeople to transition a consumer from awareness to final purchase. So if Tata's Big Basket sells grocery to consumers through their app or website, in that case, they are able to create value for millions of people without being involved in the real-time sales process. They delegate all the front-end sales to the app and the website, which is very well curated by UI and UX designers for a smooth experience in buying and checkout. Let's take a few examples where one can use the second equation of income to become wealthy. Let's say you are the owner of a digital marketing agency. You have great credentials in terms of the clients you have and how you have helped those clients to double their revenue in just 2 years. Now let's say you design a well curated digital marketing course that comprises of a step-by-step process of how you can double your revenue, and then you start selling a recorded version of the same for rupees 2000. People will start buying your course because you have great credibility in the market. Because of this new course that provides value to people, your income equation now becomes your course's value multiplied by the number of people buying your course. So if you are able to sell your course to 5,000 people out of the 138 crore total population of India, you will be able to make 1 crore in 1 year. Let's take another example. Let's say you are the owner of an online clothing store and the average cart value of your website is rupees 2000 when people check out. Now let's assume that you have 15% net margin. This means that every time a person checks out, he gives you 300 rupees in profit. So in this case, your income becomes a function of the average margin per cart multiplied by the number of people who check out. So if you are able to sell your products to 2,777 people monthly out of the 138 crore population of India, you will be able to garner 33,333 checkouts in 1 year. And what that means is you have made 1 crore rupees. So in my case, why I chose YouTube to disseminate information is that once I make a video on a certain topic, I do not need to talk about it 10,000 times to reach 10,000 people. It's actually a one-time effort and you can reach countless people to educate them about a certain topic. YouTube actually makes scalability of content possible due to its billion plus active users. So to sum up, if you fall into the per hour value provided category, you need to upskill yourself to create generational wealth. But if you fall in the second equation of income, you eliminate the limitation of time, thereby making you focused on providing value to a large number of people. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon and stay tuned for my next video.